In today's world, information is at our fingertips. Here is something we found interesting.
Here is what I wanted to share with you.
What's so special about a police station?
Nothing is special about this police station, but mugshots from the 1920s are really interesting to look at. Take a look at this one. This mugshot of William Stanley Moore was taken May 1, 1925. Notice an artist beauty or styling in the posing of the criminal.
Yeah. Much different than the mugshots taken today. What did he do?
It says he was an opium dealer operating with large quantities of faked opium and cocaine. Also a wharf laborer and associates with waterfront thieves and drug traders.
Huh. They had problems with opium back in the 1920s?
Of course. You don't think the crimes of today are something new, do you? Here, look at this next mugshot.
Well, I always imagined back in the olden days there wasn't any real bad crime. You know, maybe a murder or two.
You mean because murder isn't a bad crime? Ha 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 ha. I'm teasing you. I understand what you mean.
Is this an actual mugshot? I mean, there's two guys together and no side shots.
I know. Right. You wouldn't think either of these guys had done anything wrong and were just having their picture taken. Albert Stuart Warnking on the left is listed in the NSW Police Gazette of November 10, 1920, as being charged with attempting to carnally know a girl 8 years old.
Attempting to carnally know a girl. Wow. They really sugar-coated the descriptions back then.
See. There was some the 1920s innocence you were referring to.
Yeah. Did the guy on the right catch him and bring him in?
That would have been nice, but no. He is Adolf Gustav Beugler. The picture is inscribed with willful and obscene exposure.
So far everyone in these pictures look like they are going out to some big special event. Why are they dressed up so nice? Is it for these mugshots?
No. This is how people dressed back in the day. These were the common clothes of people. What we wear today would be considered poor man's clothes or workers' clothing.
Wow. That's just insane.
What's insane is that we've grown accustomed to not dressing up anymore. Here's the next mugshot.
Whoa. Now there's 4 guys for one mugshot? Come on.
Yeah, it was apparently taken in the aftermath of a raid. Numerous charges were heard against the 15 men and women arrested.
Really? What were the charges?
All I can find on this card is that it was a house frequented by reputed thieves.
Huh. Here are more nicely dressed gents. Were these murderers?
Gilbert Birla, on the left, is identified as a hotel barber.
Wait a minute, a hotel barber? That was a crime?
This goes back to the sugar-coating of crime descriptions. Being a hotel barber meant one who books into a hotel, boarding house or residential and robs, or snips, fellow patrons, usually in the dead of night.
Seriously? Why didn't they lock their doors?
Most places didn't have locks, and those places that did, the lockpickers got in and snipped other people's belongings.
Wow. It was really like the Wild West.
I found a companion photograph that shows that Joseph Delaney, the guy on the right, was the actual hotel barber.
Talk about your case of mistaken identity. Man, it really had to be difficult back then.
Funny you should say that. This is Harry Crawford. He was a hotel cleaner and was arrested and charged with his wife's murder.
Finally. A murder. But that's kinda run-of-the-mill, isn't it? No mistaken identity there.
No? Don't you see anything unusual?
No. Just a guy in a chair.
That's what the police found too, except when they went to further process Mr. Crawford. He was revealed to be in fact Eugenie Falney, a woman who had been passing as a man since 1899.
What? No way. She really looks like a man.
That was the point.
I thought there was no transgender until nowadays. So there was no real murder.
The murder was real. What happened is in 1914 Eugenia Falney, as Harry Crawford, married the widow Annie Burkitt. 3 years later, shortly after Annie Burkitt announced to a relative that she had found out something amazing about Harry, Annie Burkitt disappeared.
Wow. Wow, that is pretty twisted. I didn't know the 1920s were filled with things like this. What did she look like as a woman?
Why don't you do something on Femme Fatales and show us?
Okay. You're on. I'll look this up and have something to present. Before we go, we want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button. That's what those buttons are there for.
And for your own research into what we presented, please look to Twisted Swifter, link below in the description.